This is why women are leaving teaching. I'm a secondary school teacher and I've put in a part-time request for 0.6, which is the equivalent of 3 days a week. And I would also like to step down from my head of department roles for religious studies and PSHE. School have agreed my part-time request, but they cannot accommodate it over the 3 days. It could stretch over the 5 days, which it most likely will do from the sounds of it. I will be utilised over 5 days for 3 days worth of pay. That means commuting to school 5 days a week, putting my children in childcare 5 days a week, because nurseries will only do half days or full days. You can't just bit and bob around. And they can't guarantee that my working pattern would stay the same come next academic year. And I wouldn't find out what would happen until the July, when the timetables come out ready for the September, which gives me 1 month notice, because it comes out end of July. Gives me 1 month notice to sort out nursery, which is literally impossible. If you know anything about trying to get kids into nurseries, you can't be changing things last minute like that. This is part of a much wider issue in education and inflexibility for working mothers. It's called the Motherhood Tax for a reason. We already are willing to sacrifice a huge chunk of our salary, 40% of my salary and my TLR I was willing to sacrifice to be able to look after my own children, which I should be able to do. But because I may have to stretch that out over 5 days, that means I'm then being penalised because I have to pay for fuel for 5 days, childcare for 5 days, all whilst taking home 60% of my salary without the TLR. There's this myth around teaching that it's great when you have children because you get the school holidays, but there is no flexibility within part-time, etc. And this is just a prime example of the inflexibility in education. But essentially, my options are to take that huge pay cut, to then have to pay out huge expenses, or resign. The education system would rather have experienced female teachers resign because they've got children and the education system doesn't meet their needs than have some element of flexibility given to you. That means they are losing experienced teachers. I trained when I was 21, I'm now nearly 30. I'm an experienced head of department, but I am contemplating leaving because schools aren't flexible. And this is a prime example of inequality. Very few male teachers are having this situation because they are not putting in part-time requests to be able to accommodate childcare and looking after children. It's such a wider issue, and I dread to think how many women have experienced this. And you think, oh, it won't happen to me, but it does. It happens to so many teachers and just women in the workplace in general. Now I'm having to choose between my children and my career, which I have worked so hard for. For an education system that is built off the backs of women sacrificing their own time, it is so flawed. I have spent countless evenings in my career doing things for school, doing for the kids, unpaid. I'm just really angry and frustrated at a system that is failing working mums.